Now we can then start talking about the history of the universe. So in essence, what we're looking at is we're looking at a strobe image. A strobe image of what? Of the universe, which is gigantic. And I will reduce the size. Ooh, that's actually might be okay in size right there. And so what you're seeing here is that when I look at the details of this thing, I want to show multiple pictures, not just some pictures. This right here is what they call the big, but the most important piece of how we model today here, it's this whole region right in here. And this is called the inflationary period. And what you see here is that you're going, and they're talking about times of 10 to the negative 32 seconds. And again, you might be going like, wow, really? Are you kidding me? But the one thing that you got to remember here is that we have to really think about this and the particles that are produced. And by looking at when the particles are produced, you look at the energy density. And from the energy density, then you could make that statement here. And so what you're seeing here is that some of the strongest proof that everything is correct is this region right here. Oops, that's not what I want. Is this piece right here. This piece is called the cosmic microwave background. And the cosmic microwave background is the proof that there was an inflationary Big Bang model scenario. Okay, so this is a big deal. The cosmic microwave background is the strongest proof of the inflationary Big Bang. And what's really incredible about this is that what it does here, how do I say this here? How do you know that a Big Bang occurred? You know what? I think I gotta come in and give you, I'm gonna have to write something because I'm trying to convince you that this shit is real, not some imagination. And probably the way I should think about this, how about if we do an analogy? Here we go. Here's an analogy. If there was an explosion and you were not there, if there was an explosion and you were not there, how do you know the explosion occurred? Right? How do you know it occurred? And the answer is you have to look for evidence. So one looks for evidence, right? You have to find evidence. And so the way we look at this thing here is that you could imagine an explosion in a grove of trees. So if an explosion occurs in a group of trees, just like a fire here, right? So what you're seeing here is that maybe right here, you have a series of trees. And so when you're looking at these trees here, what you're doing here is that if there's an explosion afterwards, we would imagine here is that what we're really seeing here is that, let's say that this is the explosion right here, right? In this case here, we have an explosion. And when you look at the trees afterwards, what are they? They're not standing up, they're on the ground, right? So you're seeing the trees not standing up, but they're on the ground. So we see that the trees are on the ground, whereas these guys are standing trees. So what this does here is that's the evidence that an explosion occurred. That's what happened here. So in the Big Bang, what you're finding here is that the evidence of the inflationary Big Bang explosion is the release of light energy. And so what happens here is that this light energy changes over 14.7 billion years into microwave light energy, right? So it turns into microwave light energy. And so what we're saying here is that this microwave background is then very, very crucial here. So this energy released is the microwave background. And what this is really saying here is that as the universe expands, and cools down, the light emitted also cools. And what that really means, so when I say it also cools, that means light goes to a longer wavelength. And this was predicted way before it was observed here. And so when I go and I look at the image for this here, this is what I'm talking about. This is the image of the microwave background. It may not look like much to you, but this is the microwave background. It's one of the most famous pictures of, in astronomy. So this guy is the microwave background. And what you find here, by the way, this was given a Nobel Prize in physics for this actual picture right here, and the graph that they got from this. And the important piece to this whole thing here is that what ends up happening here is that there has now been two other, so this is called the Kobe detector, and it was in outer space for like 15 years. There's now other ones that have gone up and they measure the exact same thing, but they have more detail now. And the one that's up in space right now is known as the Webb telescope, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're measuring this background with more and more precision here, which is phenomenal. This is the smoking gun, if I could say this. So what we want to do here is that now we need to go in and we need to start talking about more of these details here. So here we go. So I need that picture again. So I'm going to come in here and I need this picture right here. So what am I going to look at right here? So what I'm going to show you here is that there's a couple of other important numbers. I wanted to put them up above, but I really need, oh, are you kidding me? It's not allowing me to. Okay. Oh, I need that picture. I want to keep showing you more details about that. Oh, wow, that's strange. I want to keep showing you more details about this picture because this is an important picture. So the question is, what do we actually see here? So what you're seeing here is that there's a little region, right? So how do I color this so that you could see it? So what you're seeing here is that you're seeing this. This piece right here, this is where it starts. This is where inflation starts. And then right here, this is where inflation ends or stops. And so what you're seeing here is that there's a couple of regions that we really want to think about. So the first thing here is that right here in this region, what you find here is that in this region, you have high energy production. So that means if I look at this region right here, what I'm saying here is that you get high energy concentration that provides, or that not provides, produces, matter particles. And when I say matter particles, what I really mean here is that you get these things called quarks and electrons. And it turns out that these are the lowest mass particles that you can get. And then there's another period here. And what you see here is that, look at that. you get protons that are formed. And as you get protons that are formed, what you're getting here is that what I'm really saying here is that at these points here, you continue to move on here. And so what you're seeing here, as I should probably write, as the universe cools, you then find that quarks turn into neutrons and protons. And you could see here where it says that at 1 microsecond, you're forming protons, and then you get nuclear fission begins, and then you get nuclear fission ends. And so what we're really, really interested in is a couple of things here. One, this period here where the microwave background is at 380,000 years after the initial start here. And so what this does here is it tells us that that's what we're looking back. So by looking at the microwave background, you can tell when when quarks form protons, and then we're really almost right here, and this is what happens here. You get to this region now. So from here to here, this is where you get that the neutrons and protons are created. So here's where, no, that's not right. How do I say this? You then start forming atoms. So in this case here, now you get the formation. Let me not write that here. So in this region, so if I go from here to here, so as I go from here to there, you now get the formation of atoms from the inflationary Big Bang.